guys, welcome back to our channel, Americans React. My name is Jaley.
I'm Rima.
I'm Zinnia. Hi.
And guys, today, Jaley, so we have a request from our ER Gold member. This is Rayvon Muthu. Hey, Rayvon, how you doing?
Hey, Rayvon. Thank you.
And Rayvon basically emailed us. He wanted us to get the right links with subtitles. We appreciate that, Rayvon.
Oh, amazing.
So,
thank you.
yeah, so this is a link from the Tamil film, and I know some of you, was it Sai? I don't know who in the comments was like mentioning when is the next Tamil stuff coming up. So this is a Tamil language scene. So we're going to watch a scene, not a trailer or a song, but this is from Soorarai Pottru movie. And Rayvon says, and I'm reading out some lines from his email, he says, the movie was nominated for the Oscar Award in Tamil cinema. The actor is Suriya. It is based on a true story of a domestic passenger airline and how, I'm kind of trying to make, I'm sort of working out the phrasing. I'm rephrasing what Rayvon said. So he said, this is about a single man's idea and his struggles. So it's a true story. And in this scene, Suriya is scolding his father to get away from the home, and he's trained in Delhi for being a fighter pilot, and his mom calls from his hometown post office because his hometown is in a village and the story is in the 90s. Anyway, mom is saying to come and see his dad for the last time or something. Oh, anyway, it's going to be emotional, guys.
It's when we
watch
it. Yeah. But wow.
Thank you though, Rayvon, for the context. We appreciate it.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
For the link. Yeah,
so much extra work. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, so let's check this out. I think the scene should be in front of you. 1, 2, 3, go.
Hello?
Yeah, Mara.
Ma?
Chendu varama. Appa padutha padikave kadakrarra. Manne paakanunde. Yakitu kadakrathu. Doctor. பொழைக்க மாட்டாருன்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்கடா.
அம்மா அப்பாட்ட சொல்லு. நாளைக்கு காலைல 11 மணிக்கு அங்க இருப்பேம்மா.
வாடியா.
வந்துருவாம்மா. தைரியமா இருப்பா. நான் வந்துருவேன்.
வந்து சேருவா.
Oh man.
ஃளைட் டிக்கெட் காசு எடுத்து அப்படி. சீக்கிரம் போய் 8 மணி ஃளைட் பிடிச்சிடலாம். நான் ஊருக்கு போறது மணியோட இருப்பேன். ஷட் அப் போடா.
This is 6,000. The ticket is for 11,200 business class.
ஆனா நார்மல் எக்கானமி டிக்கெட் 6000 ரூபாய் தானே?
Those seats are fully booked now, sir.
Excuse me, sir. இல்ல. Is there anything you can do?
I'm sorry, sir. We cannot give any discount. So here you go with your money. Please move.
I need this
try and
ticket.
understand. Please move aside.
Ma'am, please. Excuse me. Sir, my dad is unwell. I need to meet him. So I have only 6,000 with me, but she's asking me to get a first class ticket.
Please move aside. They're waiting. Don't you?
Sir, ticket காசு எடுத்துட்டு வரேன். நீ எவ்வளவு நேரம் இருக்க? God. How much time do we have?
5 minutes.
Excuse me.
Sir.
Move now.
அடுத்த flight next flight? Epo, when is it?
So much attitude she's giving. What?
The smell. Oh God.
Please move aside, sir.
The smell.
People are so inconsiderate.
Sir. Appa kodam solla sir. I need to buy a ticket. Urgent emergency, sir.
When you're flying, you should bring money, okay?
Ma'am, if you can just please help me. Sir, I need to get this ticket. Can you help me with some more money, sir? Sir, please, I can give you.
No.
Is he mad?
Crazy people.
I mean, it is a bit difficult to ask strangers, but still, the attitude people are giving is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Sir. Ma'am. Flight time ஆச்சு. அப்பாக்கு உடம்பு முடியல. ஒரு எமர்ஜென்சி. 5 minutes போர்டிங் க்ளோஸ் பண்றாங்க. மெட்ராஸ் போணும். இதான் லாஸ்ட் ஃப்ளைட் 5 நிமிஷம் தான் இருக்கு. சார் எமர்ஜென்சி. அப்பாக்கு உடம்பு முடியல. நான் அங்க இருக்கணும். எனக்கு டிக்கெட் பணம் இல்ல. சார். நான் 11 o'clock நாங்க.
No, must go, Gautam. Just shut up and read your comment.
Sir, you சும்மா கொடுக்க வேண்டாம் சார். நீங்க கடனா கொடுத்தா போதும். I can give you a gold ring, sir. I can give you address. I can give you my phone number, sir. Please, sir. Sir, please understand. Sir, security. Enti no sense.
It's gonna make me cry.
I can show you my.
Yeah, I'm about to cry.
Air Force officer. Please, can somebody
Oh my
understand?
God.
Can somebody please help me? உங்களோட phone number கொடுங்க. உங்களோட address கொடுங்க. I'll definitely give them money back.
I want to believe someone would help him by now in this situation.
I'm Nidamaran, number 7. ஐயனார் சங்கிலிகர்பன் கோயில் தெரு கருப்பட்டி சோழவந்தான் மதுரை 625-205. This is my address, please. I will come and I can give you the money back. Arachi, help பண்ணுங்களேன், please. Sir, please help me. Ticket காசு வேணும். So please help me. Sir, ma'am. My dad's on the deathbed. அவரை போய் பார்க்கணும். Please help me. Sir, I don't want to be begging you, sir. அந்த flightல போய் ஆகணும். எங்க அப்பா போய் பார்க்கணும், sir. Flight எடுத்தாங்க. யாரா help பண்ணாங்க. யாரா help பண்ணுங்களா, please. ரொம்ப தடியா இருக்காங்க. வயசானவங்க நாங்க போகணும். நம்ம அந்த flightல போகணும், sir. போக மாட்டேன்.
What the heck? They're just gonna throw that little clip at you and expect you to be okay.
I thought it would turn around.
Yeah. Oh God.
Someone
Oh
would
God.
help him.
That was so real though, right? Like I almost felt like I was like feeling like, what if it was us on that plane? Like how, I mean, the first feeling I get is the humiliation of having to beg people for money is so crazy. And then the fact that this is the world we live in, like you cannot expect anyone to be, you know what I mean? Like you always look at people with suspicion and think that, oh, they're lying or whatever, or they just don't want to help, like even if they can, you know? But yeah, Jaley, sorry, go ahead, Zinnia.
So, no, I thought the gold ring would do something. Like, okay, this person may not be lying. I can keep the gold ring. Okay, then maybe I can give him the money. But
I mean, but some people might think that the gold is fake. Like for
it's
me,
fake,
what would have done it would be like the Air Force thing. Like you're an Air Force person.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
in the US, if you're a veteran, there's some people, at least I can't speak for everybody, where there's a lot of respect for people who go through, you know, who are serving in the military. And if he's serving in the Air Force, there is a sense of like you're doing something for the country, so that patriotism maybe might help. But yeah,
I don't know if this is very accurate. Of course, this is just my opinion, but I have a feeling like, you know, in India we are a little bit more sentimental, emotional in helping people out, I think. So I feel like in this kind of a situation someone should have come about and helped, but of course that's a subjective opinion. It could
I think
make a difference on who's in the room and what's
right. I think what it is like
have.
if you're like in a village, or if you're in a community, or if you live in a building and somebody knows you, your neighbors know you, you might expect that because they see you and they know you. I imagine in India, like I've heard from my family back home, and Zinnia, you probably see that like in your community or with your family, like there are people who would because they know you. But I wonder when you're like in an airline and there are all these people, like I wonder like if people have also become over time, because there are people who scam and there are people who lie, and there are people in India, especially Jaley, I guess, which is a sort of sad reality. There are a lot of people who beg as well. You know, there are people who I mean, and that is in itself very sad that they have to resort to such.
I mean, I live in LA and I see it every single day anytime I go out.
Exactly. There's people who beg there as well.
And so that kind of might desensitize you, like where you're like, oh, these are people who are trying to take advantage. And but
that's the thing. I think with my experience of living in India for 30 years, I feel like on the streets, if you're seeing a beggar, I think we have been desensitized enough to not, because of everything with regard to how there's a chain of command and they have to give that money to someone else. We know the money is not stopping at them and all of those details. Okay. But in such a situation, when you see that the person is in the Air Force and this and that and all the facts that he's throwing at you, that my father is dying, and I feel like I want to believe that like one would.
I mean, I think definitely if I had the money, I would want to help like anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you just have to be that kind of generous person where it's like, it doesn't matter if they don't give it back to you. Like it doesn't matter if sometimes you're putting yourself out there. And I think anytime you give anybody money, you should kind of expect that you might never see it back, and you shouldn't have that assumption. I think that's a better way to go at it. Like I'm doing this because I want to help you rather than whatever you might get back. But that, I think, to me, it's a difficult situation. I kind of see that. I almost wish though, there's just so many things against him. 5 minutes left for a plane. I wish his friends who were so helpful to get him out there would have been with him, because imagine having a friend with you at the airport. That could have made the world of difference.
Absolutely.
I don't know at what point in time. He's saying the story is in the 90s, so maybe he couldn't use
89,
a
yeah.
cell phone. Yeah, maybe he
No,
didn't have cell phones back then to call and be
Mm.
like, I'm stuck here, help me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because these
No cell
days you could,
phones. I
yeah.
don't think ATM cards also back then, right?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
because nowadays you could call up someone and be like, "I really, really need to get a ticket," and they can get their payment information over the phone
Yeah,
for you.
of
And
course. Yeah.
Yeah. But that
so
is
many ways
such a
around that now.
Yeah, it's painful. That is a very difficult situation, and I kind of feel like, in those moments, if someone helps you, I can only imagine you'd be indebted to them for life, right? Like, if you could, like that. Sometimes I always think, like, when people are, and guys, I mean, I know we're trying to react to the scene, but we also want to give our honest opinions, so please bear with us. But having said that, like, sometimes I just wonder with people. Like, I was gonna say something and now I've lost the thought. There's something
It went
important I was
phew!
gonna. Oh, right. I was gonna say that how some people tend to treat people differently, like when they're like they're not as privileged or they look more helpless, or like how
Yeah.
some people say, see how somebody treats a waiter or see how somebody treats the help, because that's a good reflection of who they are. And I sometimes always think, like, it's such a funny thing when people underestimate people and treat them badly. You never know who they're going to
Yeah.
turn out to be,
Yeah.
right? Like 5 years down the line, they're like the CEO of a giant company, and
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you treated them like shit. And at that point, they're like, you know what? Like, I saw this with, and this is a bit unrelated because this is more about his urgent situation, but Michael B. Jordan. Is it Michael B. Jordan? It
Michael
is, right?
Jordan. Yeah.
Not the
The
basketball
actor.
player,
Oh.
Yeah.
the
Oh.
actor. Yeah, so he was in one of those screenings for Creed, like he's starring in it, and I think
Oh,
he's
yeah.
directed it. And he ran across somebody who was interviewing him, and this person was a bully to him in high school. And that interaction that he had with her, being like, "Yeah, I remember you.
Oh
You
my
kind of told me,
gosh.
yeah, you told me I would amount to
Wow.
nothing, and you bullied me." And so that's what I feel is like every time I see someone, I never underestimate anybody. I never think, oh, I'm better, because I'm like, life is like that someday you're going to be on the street,
Exactly.
they're going to be in the Mercedes or whatever.
Like,
Karma's
everyone
a
starts
bitch.
somewhere. Exactly. Yeah, it is. I've kind of
And
learned that,
Karma.
like, with the industry, like, do not be mean to, like, the assistants, or
yeah,
because that's where, like, every director, producer, casting
Yeah.
agent, like, they start
Start.
as
Yeah.
they
an
stop
assistant.
there.
They
Yeah,
start somewhere. And so if you are trying to get in the industry or in the business and you're mean to that assistant,
hmm
10 years later, they're going to be the top casting director. They're going to see your name come across an audition. They're going to be like, nope, bye.
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one of the things where, like, well, it's not instant, but slow cooking karma to come back at you. And I just think in general, like, if you can make a difference in a person's life,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
yeah. But
Exactly.
anyway,
And
yeah.
just it's so much easier, I think, to live life being a nicer person and a humble person and a person who
Yeah.
gives. It's just easier. You've got lesser baggage and mental issues to deal with if you're
Mhm.
if you're
No,
just kinder, if you're nicer.
I
Yeah.
have difficulty. Yeah, like if I know somebody's mad at me or I hurt somebody,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it affects my health. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, I would not want that kind of beef ever.
I wanted to point out, I don't know if y'all noticed this, because it was a tiny micro moment where this person behind him went like, oh, the smell from,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, that
So
was.
that what you were talking about, Rima, of that kind of looking down on someone was
hmm
reflected in that tiny, yeah. I was just
It's
like,
like,
"Argh."
excuse you. Like, that had
Yeah,
nothing to do with the money. You're just saying he smells.
that's just nasty. But yeah, I mean, nasty attitude of the person.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway,
Very
yeah, no, so
tragic
that's
scene.
a
Very
very
tragic.
tragic scene and very
Beautiful
well
scene.
portrayed by Suriya.
Yeah.
I think you felt for him, and he's a guy who looks like he's so expressive with his eyes, and he looks so regal. So that's where he was like down on his knees. You're like, oh, my heart is breaking for you, man. So beautiful scene, and thank you to Rayvon
Thank
Muthu.
you, Raymond.
Yeah. So I guess, Zinnia, if you want to wrap us
Yeah.
up.
Thank you, Revant. That was absolutely beautiful. It gave me a good cry. So
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, for sure.
that was our reaction to Suriya's scene from Soorarai Pottru. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. If you're seeing us for the first time, please consider subscribing and joining our little community that's growing by the day.
Yay!
If you want us to review your suggestion, please consider joining us on Patreon, and we really appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you. Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye.